Welcome back students, starting with a fresh lecture. Before starting this lecture students, I'll be giving you an important note, a very important note. Please pay attention to this note carefully. When question deals with, when you come across with this terminologies, that they will tell you that there are 3 terms in AP, or they can tell you students there are 4 terms in AP, or they can tell you students there are 5 terms in AP. As far as your syllabus is concerned, only they will go up to 5. Why I have not written 2 terms? For the 2 terms it's very simple. We can take one as X and other we can take depending upon the common difference that we can easily take. They ask you for 3 terms, 4 terms and 5 terms. 6 they will not ask you as far as your syllabus is concerned. If I have this AP as 5, 10, 15, 20, this is a AP. So difference between 10 and 5 is 5. Difference between 15 and 10 is 5. Difference between 20 and 15 is 5. So this 5, 5, 5, this is what? This is my common difference D. This 5 and this 5 is what? These 5 are my common difference D. Okay, so we know, okay, in an AP, the difference between a successive and preceding term is always D. So having this concept in our mind, let's start. You'll understand. Let's start. First of all, I'll be taking number of terms if 3. If it's given to you in the question that there are 3 terms, right? The 4th and 5th term part. Okay. First, for the 3 terms, we will suppose let the first term be A. We'll suppose that the first term be A. Okay. So what will be the second term? The second term will be at the difference of D. So it will be what? It will be what? A plus D. But we are assuming for the 3 terms. So if first term is A, my second term is A plus D. So my third term will become what? A plus 2D. Are you all getting the things? Because see, A plus D minus A will be D. A plus 2D minus A plus D will give me D. So common difference between this 2 and this 2 is D only. Every time we are increasing D. If I add D in this, it becomes A plus D. If I add D, it becomes A plus 2D. So this is very but obvious. This you all know that it should go like this. But now comes the case that why I am giving you this note. Listen here. Whenever 3 terms are asked, if you write in this manner also, no harms. You'll get a correct answer. But your calculation will be very complex. So to avoid the complexity of the calculation, what we will do is, now see, pay attention. We will say let the 3 terms be A minus D be the first term, second term A, and A plus D be the third term. Very smartly we made one more term in front of A. What's the reason of this? The reason is, if you closely observe the first term and the third term, it's A minus D, A plus D. So many a times in the word problems they say product of the terms, product of the first and third terms. So whenever that is the scenario, what will happen? This will be the formula: A minus D multiplied by A plus D, A square minus D square. And even many a times they say adding all the 3 terms. So when you will add all the terms, minus D and plus D will be cancelled. So this is the reason I am giving you this as a note. Even though if you write like this, that first term is A, second term is A plus D, third term is A plus 2D, fourth term is A plus 3D and so on, the answer will be correct, but it will be very, very complicated. And many a times, I will say most of the times, if you will not follow this note, you will not lead to a correct answer because of the calculation error, not because of the mistake in the concept part. So if 3 terms are asked, this you should suppose. Why? I told you, because of the calculation. Now 4 terms. Whenever the 4 terms are asked, I'll keep this pending. First I'll do with the 5 terms. Okay, we'll do this at the last. After this 3 terms, we'll come to the 5 terms. When in the question it's asked that there are 5 terms in AP. So what to do? Just copy these 3 terms as it is. A plus D on the right side, A minus D on the left side. These are my 3 terms. But 5 terms are asked. So see what to do. Please pay attention here. Here I put A minus, here it is minus D, so I'll put here A minus 2D. I'll put over here. And on that side I'll put A plus 2D. idea is same, as I told you all. Idea remains same. Why we are doing so? Just to have a simple calculation, because many a times, I'll say 99% of times when such questions are asked, they give you the first condition as summation of all the terms is something. So when you will add all the terms, here minus 2d and minus d becomes minus 3d, and plus 2d and plus d becomes plus 3d, and all d gets cancels. But if you imagine that आपने अगर ऐसा नहीं लिया होता, if you start from a plus d, a plus 2d, a plus 3d, a plus 4d, a plus 5d, your life will end, but the question will not. Okay, so this is the case. That's why we'll have to be a little bit smart. And whatever I'm giving you, this table is there in your textbook. Okay, now let's come to the fourth. Whenever 4 terms, it's given to us in the question that 4 terms are in AP. So what to do? Just pay attention. This is something different. I'll not take this center one. I'll not copy the center one. I'll take the first and the third term of this 3 terms. See here, a minus d I'll take, and I'll take a plus d. Okay, I took this a minus d, I took this a plus d. Okay, now here I will take a minus 3d, and here I will take a plus 3d. Yes, here I took a plus 3d, here I took a minus 3d. Okay, I know there must be some curiosity in your mind, why so? Understand please. Whenever 4 terms ka question we have, that 4 terms are given to be in AP or asked, so you will take this. And if you observe, if you find the difference between 2 terms, for example, between these 2 terms, this minus this will give you the value of d. So a plus d minus this bracket. So a will cancel and it will remain with 2d. So here the difference between every 2 terms is 2d. Okay, why so? The reason is same, to make our calculation very simple. That's the only reason. Okay, so we took this a plus d and a minus d. Once again, my teachers used to tell me, that thing I will be sharing with you all, that how to remember. Students often ask, sir, how to remember, that what to do. So whenever we have 3 terms and 5 terms, 3 terms, it's very simple. For 5 terms, the extreme values, we take the help of even numbers. This is just a trick to remember. For 5 terms, for the extreme values, we take the help of even numbers. Here it was 5 terms, but we took the help of even number, 2 and 2. But when we have 4 terms, the 4 itself is an even number, but we are taking the help of odd numbers. 5 was an odd number, we took the help of even numbers, 2, 2 at the extreme cases. Okay, but here 4 is an even number, so at the extreme cases we'll take the help of odd numbers, 3 and 3. Here it was 1d, here it was 1d, so after 1, the next odd number is 3 and 3. At the end of the note, I'll definitely say you have to rote learn this. Yes, I am using the word rote learn this. Students, now on the note what we just completed, that when we have 3 terms, 4 terms and 5 terms, let's see a question, a board question which was asked in the year 2019. Okay, pay attention, it's very simple. Only thing is you have to understand the story of the question. Just don't read from anywhere, don't analyze anything. Story steadily, calmly, one word we will decode. Pay attention. Sum of first 3 terms of an AP. Sum of, sum means we know addition, plus, of whom? First 3 terms of an AP. Moment I saw this phrase 3 terms, it hints my mind what to write. Let the 3 terms be. One will be A, here it will be A plus D, and here it will be A minus D. Okay, A minus D, A plus D. Will be assuming these 3 terms. Let the 3 terms be A minus D, A plus D. Okay, as we saw in the note. Okay, now let's see ahead. Sum of first 3 terms of an AP is 42. So simple. Sum means addition. Kiska addition? first three terms, what we assumed is 42, is means equal to sign. We did in quadratic. Is means equal to sign is 42. So can I say as per first condition, as per the first condition given to us, sum of all three terms is 42. So therefore a minus d, our first term, plus second term is a, plus our third term is a plus d, and is equal to 42. Deliberately I have not put the brackets here. Why unnecessarily increase our steps? We always put brackets when we have minus in between, but plus does not makes any changes. So a minus d my first term, a my second term, and a plus d my third term. Okay, now see the beauty why we took this. See the beauty over here. Minus d plus d gets cancels. Nothing is there in front of a, means it's 1a. So 1a plus 1a plus 1a. So therefore 1 plus 1 plus 1 becomes 3a is equal to 42. Therefore a is equal to 42 upon 3. 3 ones are 3 carry 1. 3 fours are is 12. So therefore students, we got the value of a. A is 14. Yes, within a box. Okay, amazing. Students, since we started our online sessions, I'm telling you one thing. It's a universal law in maths that whenever we have two unknowns, we require two conditions to form two equations. Here, how many unknowns we have? Don't say that we have three unknowns. Three are the terms. We have only two unknowns. One is a and other is d. If we get to know a and if we get to know d, then easily we can find these three terms. So that means to find two unknowns, which are a and d in our case, we should have two conditions. So we utilize a first condition, we formed an equation, and we got the answer fortunately for the first unknown. Now there must be some second condition to proceed with the d. Okay, from and onwards we'll start. And the product, oh amazing, the word product means multiplication, product of the first and the third term. Pay attention, product means multiplication. Kiska product? Only of the first and the third term is 52. Our first term is this, our second term is this, our third term is this. Product of the first term a minus d and the third term a plus d is 52. Will not take the second term. Okay, so now as per the second condition, okay, product of the first term is a minus d, when multiplied with a plus d, our third term, the product is how much? The product is 52. Students, by looking at this, don't you all feel that this is a formula? A minus d, a plus d. It's like x minus y, x plus y, x square minus y square. Yes, so a minus d, a plus d. The formula is a square minus d square. Therefore, a square minus d square is equal to 52. X minus y, x plus y, x square minus y square. So a square minus d square is 52. But students, can I say you all know the value of a? Yes, we all know the value of a. Let's substitute. Can I say, students, the value of a is 14. So therefore 14 square. Okay, we want the value of d now. So but d is with minus sign. So I'll send this minus d square on the right hand side. It will become plus d square. And I'll call this plus 52 on the left hand side. It will become minus 52. So minus 52 is equal to d square. Okay, therefore 14 square is 196. Minus 52 is equal to d square. So from here, students, we can get the value of our d square. So 196 minus 52 is nothing but 144. 144. Therefore d square is equal to 144. Therefore d ka value will be 12. Is it correct, students? No, it's wrong. No, it's wrong. Yes. Don't make this blunder. Whenever we have even power, that even power when goes to the opposite side, it will become even square root. It will be square root of 2. If it will be 4 here, it will become fourth root of 144. Whenever there is an even root on the opposite sign, answer is always plus and minus. 99% of students just write plus 12 and they get out of 4 marks, for example, they get 2 marks. half marks. Okay, so answer is D is equals to plus minus 12. That's it, students, that's it. So see here, these were our three terms. What was asked? First, find the first term and the common difference. We found out, students, our first term is A and our common difference is plus minus 12. But then to students, I will not stop here, even though the question ends here. But let us find the three terms. They can give you in the board exam, find the three terms. So now I'll be finding the three terms. But be careful, here you pause the video and complete the sum up till here, and I'll be finding the three terms. Okay, and we got two values of D and one value of A. I'll be finding out the three terms. Pause the video and complete this fast. So students, I have erased completely all the things from here, but I have noted down that we got the value of A as 14 and we got two values of D, which is plus minus 12. Although our sum ends, we got the required answer, the first term A 14 and the common difference D as plus minus 12. Then to students, what I'll be doing, I'll be finding the three terms for you. Generally in many of the sums they ask you find the three terms. Okay, so now how to find the terms, the required terms, students? Now pay attention on the board. What I'll do, I'll form a table here. Okay, here I'll put the heading terms. Okay. Now students, what I'll be doing is I'll just write down the values over here. The first thing what we have here is we got the value of A for as 14, but one value of D what we received is plus 12. Okay. On the other column, I'll take once again the A value of A as 14, but here I'll take the second value of D as minus 12. Understanding, students? So with blue color I'll be solving A as 14 in both the case, but D as plus 12, and with black color I'll be solving D as minus 12. Okay, what are our terms? What are our terms? Our first term is A minus D. Our second term is A, and our third term is A plus D. These are our three terms, students. Okay, first I'll be solving with blue color this. Okay, it's very simple, students, very simple. A minus D. At the place of A I'll put 14, minus as it is minus. At the place of D I'll put 12. So it's 14 minus 12 and it comes to 2. Okay, A, it's 14 only. The next one, A, value of A is 14 plus D is 12. Okay, so 14 plus 12, 2 plus 4 is 6. It's 26. D as minus 12. Okay, A minus D. Please see here please, A minus D. At the place of A I'm putting 14 minus. At the place of D I'll put minus 12. So 14 at the place of A 14. This minus as it is minus. But D itself is a minus. 14 minus minus 12 becomes 14 plus 12. And here comes 26. Okay. Next is A. A value of A is 14. That's it. Okay. Next, A plus D. Value of A is 14 plus, so as it is plus. What's the value of D? Value of D is minus 12. 14 plus and then a minus 12. So plus minus will become minus. So this will become minus 12. 14 minus 12 is nothing but 2. Now I want to highlight one thing, students, to you all. Whenever such cases are there, when we have two values of D, always 100% in all the cases this will be the scenario that you will get a reverse sequence. First term 2, second term 14, third term 26 in this case, and यहाँ पे उल्टा. First term 26, second term 14, and the third term is 2. 2 14 26, 2 14 26. This has to be the case. Please pause the video, students, and complete it fast. Students, now the second question on the board based on our today's note, and I will mark it very, very important. Yes, very, very important. I'll have marked a star. So this question number 9 is very, very important. Make sure that you do this by your own only. Amazing sum, tremendous sum. Okay, understand this. Sum means plus, of kiska? 4 consecutive terms. Moment you read this 4 consecutive terms in an AP. So when 4 consecutive terms, that means this question belongs to our note. So what you will say? What you will say, students? Fast. Let's do it quickly. Let the 4 consecutive terms be, let the 4 consecutive terms be, let our terms be, how to write? First I will write a minus d, a plus d, and this side a minus 3d, and here a plus 3d. Let the 4 consecutive terms be this. Okay. Now as I told you, here also we have 2 unknowns. One is a and other is d. If we get to know a and d, then our life is sorted. That's it. Okay. Let's see, do we have any other conditions here? Sum of the 4. Sum means plus. Sum of the 4 terms. Just we have to put a plus 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 sign in between them. Is 40. Is 40. So I'll write here as per first condition. As per first condition. Sum. So our first term here is a minus 3d. Our second term is a minus d. Our third term is a plus d. It's very important. The sequence is important. You can write in exam also. And our fourth term is a plus 3d. Sum of all 4 terms. Our first term a minus 3d. I'm not putting brackets because plus does not make any changes in the sign. A minus 3d plus second term a minus d. Okay. Plus third term a plus d plus fourth term a plus 3d is equal to 40. Is equal to 40. Now we have a scenario where minus 3d plus 3d plus d minus d, everything gets cancelled. So 1a plus 1a plus 1a plus 1a, 1 2 3 4, we have 4 times a. So can I say, students, therefore 4a is equal to 40. 4 ones are 4 tens are, therefore a is equal to 10. That's it. We got the answer, students. We got the answer. Yes, we got the answer that value of a is 10. Great. Now let's move on to our second condition, students. The ratio. Now pay attention. This is something important. This is something important. All eyes on the board. The ratio of. Okay, there is one ratio. So this is my second condition. As per second condition. As per second condition. Okay, my second condition, I'll be writing my second condition. There is one ratio. So can I say that there is one ratio? So I'll put a dash over here upon numerator and denominator. Okay, please see here. The ratio of, kiska ratio? Product of first and the last term. Students, pay attention here. Product of, the ratio of, kiska ratio? The ratio of product. The word product. Product means multiply. Kiska product? First and the last term. So what's my first term? My first term is a minus 3d. My last term is the fourth term, a plus 3d. Understanding? So product of the first and the last term. So can I say t1 is my first term, multiply by my last term is my fourth term. I have 4 terms only. So t4. See once again, the ratio of product of first and the last term. My first term is this a minus 3d. My last term is nothing but my fourth term because I have 4 terms. So t1 denoting the first term, t4 denoting the fourth term. Product of t1 and t4. To the means the upon sign, the ratio sign. If I say c to the f, so it will be c colon f, which is c upon f. Pay attention to this. If I write c to the f, that means c colon f, that is c ratio to f, which is c upon f. So here to the means the upon sign. Understand? The to the means upon sign. Okay. You can write that in the note also. Okay. Now to the means the upon sign. Product of, the second product is given, of 2 middle terms. Of 2 middle terms. What are our middle terms? Our middle terms is this 2 terms, second term and third term. So second term t2 multiply by 3. So we have a ratio. Ratio of what? In the numerator we have the first term and the last term, t1 multiply by t4, and the denominator we have the product of middle 2 terms, t2 multiply by t3. Okay. So here product of the 2 middle terms is, the word is means equal to sign, is equal to 2:3. So 2 upon 3. Hope you understood, students. I have explained you each and everything. That's it. At the place of t1, a minus 3d. At the place of t4, a plus 3d. At the place of t2, a minus d. At the place of T3 a plus d. Let's do it, students. Let's do it now. Okay. So this will be, therefore at the place of T1 a minus 3d multiply by, at the place of T4 a plus 3d the whole upon, at the place of T2 a minus d, at the place of T3 a plus d is equal to 2 upon 3, is equal to 2 upon 3. Okay, now once again students, can I say here, this is in the form of x minus y and x plus y. Your x is like a and your y is like 3d. So x minus y, x plus y, the formula is x square minus y square. So this will become a square minus 3d ka square, x square minus y square. Similarly, the down also the same formula, x minus y, x plus y. Your x is like a and your y is like d. So a minus d, a plus d. It's like a square minus d square. I just put a bracket on this term because it will be a square of the whole term. So it will be 9d square after I open the bracket is equal to 2 upon 3. That's it, students. That's it. Now what I'll do in the next bracket, I'll just evaluate in the next step. Sorry, I don't have place right now. So please do up till here. It's a very important question. Pause the video. In the next slide, I'll erase everything. Okay, everything. The question is find the numbers. We just have to find these 4 numbers. I'll erase everything from the board. Okay, students, please do it. Pause the video. Okay, students, I have erased my board. Just for our reference, I have written the 4 terms what we assumed. First a minus 3d, second a minus d, third a plus d, fourth a plus 3d, and we obtained a value of a as 10, which I have written here for the further use. And the last expression I have just copied over here for the continuation. Okay, let's start, students. Let's start. Therefore, can I say this will become a square minus, it's 3d the whole square becomes 9d square the whole upon a square minus d square is equal to 2 upon 3. Yes. Okay. Now the next step will be, therefore I'll cross multiply. I know I have the value of a, but I'll substitute at the end. You can do it right now also. This 3 will be multiplied with this bracket and this bracket will be multiplied with 2. So 3 into a square becomes 3a square. 3 into 9, 9 3s becomes 27 minus 27d square is equal to 2 into a becomes 2a square and 2 into minus d square becomes minus 2d square. Okay, amazing. Now what will be our next step? Here I have 3a square. Therefore, this is 3a square and here it is 2a square. When this 2a square comes here, it will be minus 2a square. So 3a square minus 2a square will be 1a square. Okay, and is equal to, here I have minus 2d square. Here, this minus 27d square, this minus 27d square, I'll send it on the right hand side. This will become plus. So plus 27d square. So our next term will be, therefore a square will be minus 2d square plus 27d square. It will be 25d square. Yes, a square is 25d square. Now students, comes the time to substitute this value of a. Value of a is 10. So therefore at the place of a I'll put 10. 10 ka square is equal to 25d square. Therefore 100 is equal to 25d square. 25 ones are 25 fours are, students. Pay attention, please pay attention. Therefore d square is equal to 4. Therefore d is equal to 2. It will be wrong. It's an even power. When it goes on the right hand side, it will become even root. So even root always have plus and minus sign. So my value of d is plus minus 2, students. Plus minus 2. So I got to know my value of a is 10 and my value of d is plus minus 2. So now, like the previous question, we will draw a table and find out the values of the 4 required terms. So please pause your video fast and let's get back to our table to find the 4 things. Sorry, it will just take 1 minute more. Pause the video fast. Complete it on your own, please. Now students, I have just copied my 4 terms over here. Value of d is plus minus 2 and value of a is 10. So just I have drawn 2 columns. A is 10 in both the cases when d is plus 2 and when d is minus 2. These are our 4 terms. A minus 3d my first term, a minus d my second term, a plus d my third term, and a plus 3d my fourth term. That's it. This I am solving with black color, this with blue color. Okay, a is 10, minus as it is minus, 3 as it is 3. At the place of d I'll put 2. It's 2. 3 to the 6, 10 minus 6, 4, and so on. Similarly here, it's a minus 3d. At the place of a, 10, same 10. Minus as it is minus. 3 as it is 3. But at the place of d, I'll put minus 2. So minus 3 multiplied by minus 2 will become plus 6. 10 plus 6 will become 16. And so on. We have to find everything. What is the criteria that we are correct? What's the thing? We can see here the 4, 8, 12, 16 and here in the reverse manner. 4, 8, 12, 16. It's very simple. You all can manage this fast. So please pause the video, students, and do it by your own fast.